So guys, now we are going to see about the thermal conductivity conductivity of a metal. Same way, you have to imagine a metal rod. You know what is meant by thermal conductivity? Conduction of heat energy is known as thermal conductivity. So what you have to do is you have to consider a metal. So this is end A and this one is end B. As we know that metal consists of so much number of free electrons. So you have to assume that temperature at end A is T and the temperature at end B is T minus dt. So what's happening here? The end A will have higher temperature while end B will have lower temperature because conduction takes place from end A to end B. So the conduction of heat will go from end A to end B. So end A will have higher temperature and B will have higher temperature. So the electrons who will conduct the heat, the electrons which present in the metals will conduct the heat, and this one is the length of this metal rod is considered to be lambda. Okay, so this is a metal rod, this one is a metal rod. You have to assume a metal rod which consists of so much number of free electrons and heat is conducting from end A to end B. The temperature of end A is T and the temperature of another end B is T minus dt. This is at lower temperature, A is at higher temperature. Okay, so you have to consider two cross sections of the metal A and B. Now let A is at the higher temperature and B is at the lower temperature. So A is at the higher temperature, high temperature, and B is at low temperature. Now heat is flowing from end A to end B. Okay, now conduction electrons is equal to, that is number of electrons is equal to n, which is given by the letter n. Average velocity of the electrons is given by v. Now the average at end A or at A, average kinetic energy of an electron is equal to 3 by 2 kT, where K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature. K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature. Okay, so this is from statistical, thermodynamic and statistical mechanics, that kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 kT. This small k is Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature, kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 kT. I will post as one video how this derivation, we can derive this from kinetic energy. I will post one video. Okay, so kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 kT. Same way at end B, the average kinetic energy of electron is equal to 3 by 2 k T minus dt, because T is the temperature at A, T minus dt is the temperature at B. So this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. This is your equation 2. Now excess of kinetic energy flowing from A to B is equal to 3 by 2 kt minus 3 by 2 k into T minus dt. Okay, T is the higher temperature, T minus dt is the lower temperature, so we are subtracting lower from higher. Okay, so the total energy is, that is the extra energy is given by 3 by 2 k into dt. This is your equation 3. Now we have to assume that electrons is traveling in all the directions, all the x, y, z, and minus x, minus y, minus z, z. Okay, so this is your electron. It's traveling in, this is x, y, and z. Okay, and also it is traveling in minus x, minus y, and minus z. So it is traveling in all 6 direction. So therefore number of electrons crossing per unit area per unit time from A to B is equal to 1 by 6, since it is traveling in all the direction, n into v, where n is number of electrons, v is the velocity of electrons. This is your equation. What is this equation? 4. That is your equation 4. So the excess energy carried from A to B per unit area in unit time is equal to 1 by 6 n into v into 3 by 2 k dt. So 1 by 4 n v k dt. This is your equation 5. So the excess energy carried from A to B per unit area in given time is given by 1 by 4 nv k dt, where n is number of electron, v is the velocity, k is the Boltzmann constant, and dt is a small change in the temperature. Okay, similarly the deficient energy carried from B to A per unit area in unit time is given by minus 1 by 4 nv k dt. This is your equation 6. Okay, why? Because it's from B to A, so I have written a minus over here. So therefore the net amount of energy transferred from A to B per unit time per unit area per unit time, or you can say per unit time per unit area time, is given by Q is equal to, Q is the amount of heat energy flowing from A to B, 1 by 4 this minus this, so 1 by 4 nv k dt minus of 1 by 4 nv k dt. So Q is equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 nv k dt. So Q is equal to 1 by 2 nv k dt. This is your equation 7. We know that thermal conductivity Q is equal to K A dt by dx into T. This is the equation for thermal conductivity. This K is thermal conductivity, Q is the amount of energy flowing, A is the area of cross section, dt by dx is the temperature gradient, T is the time. Okay, so once again I repeat, Q is the amount of energy flowing, K is the thermal conductivity, A is the area, dt by dx is the temperature gradient. That is when temperature gradient, that means when the length increases, temperature decreases. So that is the temperature gradient. When the length increases, temperature decreases. So that is temperature gradient dt by dx, and T is the time. So now we have considered per unit area, per unit time. So A will equal to 1. A will be A is equal to 1 and time is also equal to 1. We have to consider A is equal to 1 per unit area and time is equal to 1. So Q is written as K into dt by, what is dx? Dx is the length. So what we have taken dx is lambda. So instead of dx, what we have to write is, we have to write lambda. Okay, so what we have taken here, A is equal to 1, T is equal to 1. So we have to write K into dt. Instead of dx, we are writing lambda. What is lambda? It is nothing but mean free path, or you can take that one as a distance also. So thermal conductivity, K is thermal conductivity, Q is the amount of energy flowing. So don't confuse this K with this K, because the small k is Boltzmann constant, the capital K is thermal conductivity. Okay. Now see the equation, see the equation 7 and 9, both are heat flow equation. Okay, so now, so you can equate both the equation. Now 1 by 2 NVK dt is equal to K, thermal conductivity, dt by lambda. So now the thermal conductivity, capital A, is equal to 1 by 2 NVK lambda. dt will get cancelled. So K is equal to 1 by 2 NV small k into lambda, where n is number of electrons, V is the velocity, K is the Boltzmann constant, lambda is the distance. Okay, we know that tau is equal to, tau C is equal to lambda by V. So lambda is equal to tau into V. So instead of, this is your equation 10, instead of lambda we are going to substitute tau into V. So K is equal to 1 by 2 N V K small k into tau into V. So K is equal to 1 by 2 N V squared K into tau. This is small k, this is capital K. Capital K is the thermal conductivity, N is the number of electrons, V is the velocity, small k is the Boltzmann constant, tau is the time. Okay, so this is capital K, this is capital K, this is your thermal conductivity. So we have derived the equation for thermal conductivity. Thank you. Next, we have to derive Wiedemann-Franz law. So next video, we'll see how we can derive Wiedemann-Franz law.